Do you wave your terrible towel when Renegade plays? Reach for a tasty cake when JJ shouts, "He scores!" Does the sound of an F1 engine make your heart race? Doing push-ups with a Nittany Lion after a TD? Then lend us an ear, and we will share the exhilaration of Steelers football, the excitement of Flyers hockey, the nail-biting finishes of F1, and the pride when we yell, "We are Penn State." Welcome to the SteelFlyers Show, the strangest combination of sports fandom since pineapple was put on pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, we are welcoming you into the SteelFlyers All Sports Network, and we got a very special show for you that right now today. Woo! How about that? The Pittsburgh Steelers have selected their first 3 players in the NFL draft so far, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and get a little bit of reaction here on some of these picks. So, let's go and get right into it. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers got the 24th selection in the 2021 NFL Draft, and they went out and selected the best running back on the board, Najee Harris from Alabama. This guy is 6'3" and 230 pounds, and he is just a thick running back. He's got that good pounding style. I was not initially happy about this pick because I didn't really want the Steelers to do a running back in the first round, because I felt that the Steelers need to make sure they have an offensive line before they can have a running back. It just seems like you're putting the cart before the horse there a little bit. But getting the best running back in the draft is not necessarily going to be a bad thing for you. And I think with the way this guy played, the way he's run, his pedigree at Alabama, the way he's been coached, he's got 3,843 career rushing yards. He's got over 4,600 career all-purpose yards. So not only can he run the ball out of the backfield, but he can also catch the ball a little bit too. He's really nice and tall, 6'3", so that's good. He's got a thick frame as well too, so he can take that pounding. You know what I mean? He's got 57 career touchdowns at Alabama, so that's getting it done. Okay, that's really getting it done. So, like I said, I wasn't initially happy about this, but being the best running back in the draft, I guess you can't go wrong when you select that, as far as I'm concerned. So, at this point in time, I'm going to give the Steelers an A on the first round. Okay, so with Najee Harris being the best running back on the board coming out of Alabama, I'm looking forward to seeing how well this guy is going to play, especially with Connor signing with Arizona. That leaves the room with one less running back. McFarland was the fastest runner selected last year out of the 4th round in Maryland. He had the fastest 40 time, and that guy is going to be in his second year. And historically, running backs in Pittsburgh's system do better in the second year because they put on a little bit of weight, they bulk up a little bit. They're in the second year of the system, and they play a little better. So I'm looking for McFarland to do good things. I'm also looking for Snell and Samuels to continue to grow as well too. And now we're going to add Najee Harris to the running back field as well. So I think that's going to bode well for the Pittsburgh Steelers on their first round draft pick. All right, moving on to the next day, where the Steelers were able to select 52nd overall in the second round, the tight end out of Penn State, Pat Freiermuth. Holy moly, baby Gronk, here we come. Okay, I heard the rumors about how Tom Brady wanted him to come to Tampa Bay to train and be under the Gronk himself, but I think this guy needs to cut his own path. I really don't want to call him that as far as that's concerned. I would much rather call him the Freiermuth. Anyway, that's how I'm going to look at it. Anyway, I guarantee you that the Steelers fans are going to have a much cooler way to say it too. So, hey, whatever. That's just my first bid at it. But I got a chance to watch this guy firsthand playing at Penn State for the last couple of years. This guy just does all of those things that you need a tight end to do. He's a good blocker. He's a good downfield blocker as well. And he's a good point of attack blocker. So he helps you out on the run games. He's going to be he's coachable, okay, which is the thing that he's going to need, because he's going to need to be a threat as an offensive catcher. You know what I mean? He's good in the red zone. That's the thing. He's tied with Penn State as far as lead for tight ends, and the most touchdowns for a tight end was 16. So, I mean, he is good in the red zone, and we're going to need that. But we also need, especially the way Pittsburgh runs two tight end sets most of the time, and one of them either goes out for the pass, either a la Ebron, or now either a la Freiermuth, or maybe even a la Gentry. Because we had Vance McDonald retire last year, so that kind of leaves us thin there. So I was really hoping that Pat would be a selection by the Steelers, and I'm really happy with this pick here. They got probably the best tight end in my opinion. I know there was some talk about some of the other tight ends in here, but I really thought that he was the best tight end because I think he has the most upside. He's got that build, that frame. He's 6'5". He's 258 pounds, and you put him in the weight room a little bit, and you put him, and you tone him up even more. I mean, the guy already is thick and built and whatever, you know what I mean. But just really like this. I really think this is going to be a great addition to the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially now with Matt Canada being the offensive coordinator and giving Ben another great tall pass catching threat, either over the middle or in the red zone. Keyword there, red zone. Yes, that's one word. Definitely would be helpful for the Ben for that as well too, and being a good tight end, so that kind of gives him some more options as well too. So I really, really, really like that pick and think that's a great pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers there at number 2, 52nd overall, Pat Freiermuth from Penn State, the tight end. All right. I notice we're still dealing with offense here, but I haven't said the key word that I really felt that the Pittsburgh Steelers really needed to focus on in this draft was a center/offensive lineman. Due to the retirement of Marquise Pouncey, due to the fact that Villanueva has not re-signed and more than likely will probably re-sign with Baltimore, and DeCastro has not been re-signed. Now, he signed for this year, but he has not been offered a contract extension. So we're going to probably still see, hopefully he has a better year than last year because he was hurt, especially at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? But there's been no talks with an extension with DeCastro, so an heir apparent is going to need to be there as well too. And I'm really liking the pick that we made last year with Kevin Dotson. I think he has played amazing. I am all for him starting at guard, and I really like that. I also like that we're going to get Zach back. So, I'm really all for that. And I really like Chucks as well for the offensive tackle. And Feeler came in now. So, but we still need some of those players. And the guy that the Steelers selected in the 3rd round, Kendrick Green. Wow, out of the Fighting University of Illini. This guy here is an All-American from the Big Ten. And that right there just speaks volumes about the level of player that this guy is. He's had 33 straight starts for his team. Okay? That means that in the last 3 years, he's played almost every game. Okay? That's the kind of guy that we're looking for. He's thick. He's 314 pounds. He's 6'4". He's got that height. He already plays center for the Illini, okay? Look, in Pittsburgh's system, the center is a very, very key position, and that is who calls out the coverage or the blocking schemes or what the defense is doing. That a lot of times the center is the one calling that out. Okay, and that is a very, very important position because you need a guy who can hike the ball to the quarterback. Right? Hiking the ball to the quarterback, not up over their head or down into the dirt. You need to hike it to the quarterback, right? So, and you need to be able to, it's a very different position from all the other positions on the line because you have that added responsibility of hiking the ball and then being able to get into your stance and back into whatever position you're going to block, or whatever scheme you're working. If you're taking off to be part of a pool, then you're doing that, or you're staying back to guard for pass protection. So center is a very important position, and I think that was a huge hole when Marquise Pouncey retired. I know we signed Feeler, and he's a really great player, and I think he'll be a good center. But I really like when Pittsburgh drafts a center. Almost every center that Pittsburgh has ever had, for the most part, has been drafted and has played very well. You look at Ray Mansfield, you look at Mike Webster, you look at Dermontti Dawson, you even look at Marquise Pouncey was drafted. You know what I mean? So Pittsburgh historically drafts really well when it comes to that position, and I have high hopes for this player as well too. I think he's gonna be another one of those great players that's gonna hopefully play for the center position for the Steelers for many years to come. So there it is. There's the breakdown of the Steelers' first 3 picks. I would have to say I would give each round an A grade for the Steelers. They selected the best running back available in the first round. In the second round, they got the best tight end available. In the third round, they got the best offensive lineman. Okay, so far, I think Pittsburgh has got an A grade on their draft so far in the 2021 draft so far this season. I'm really excited to see what happens here with the Steelers coming up, especially with OTAs and everything else like that. So it's looking pretty exciting here in Pittsburgh. And I'll tell you what, they got quite a few more picks here. They got 2 fourth-round picks and to go, and then they got 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds to go as well too. So Pittsburgh has quite a few picks this year in the draft. So once they get the next couple of picks here, we'll do another one of these shows and we'll break down the rest of the picks here. But Pittsburgh Steelers selected Najee Harris in number 24, number 52 selecting Pat Freiermuth, and number 87, I believe it is. Yep, 87th for Kendrick Green, the offensive lineman. There you have it, folks. All of the Steelers drafts so far. We're looking forward to many things coming up here. Just remember, folks, stay safe, stay strong, and hang tough.